A frozen night 40,000 years ago where the world lies locked in ice, silent except for a sound so haunting it could pierce the soul. Melody rising from a bone flute carved from a vulture's wing. This isn't just music, it's a cry from the Ice Age. A secret etched into the bones of our ancestors, calling to us across an abyss of time. Picture the scene. A cave trembling with the echo of that first note. A group of hunters gathered, their breath fogging in the frigid air, their eyes wide with awe. Tonight, we plunge into the echoes of the bone flute, a prehistoric mystery that lit the darkness of caves and stirred the spirits of the earliest humans. This is no ordinary telet, as a journey into a world where every note holds a story of survival, ritual, and wonder. A sound that defied the cold to connect us to our past. Grab a blanket, dim the lights, and let the murmurs of history pull you into this frozen realm. The wind howls outside. The fire crackles faintly. Are you ready to hear the song that time forgot? A melody that might still linger in the shadows of your dreams? Our journey begins in the icy grip of Europe, where the secrets of the past lay buried beneath a frozen shroud. It was in the caves of southwestern Germany, cave that archaeologists made a discovery that would rewrite our understanding of ancient life. There, beneath layers of frost and earth, they uncovered a treasure, a flute crafted from the hollow bone of a griffin vulture. Its delicate finger holes meticulously carved, dating back an astonishing 40,000 years to the Upper Paleolithic era. Picture the moment of discovery, a researcher's gloved hand brushing away the ice, revealing the bone's pale surface, its holes like silent witnesses to a lost world. But this wasn't a fluke. Similar flutes were found in nearby caves like Hohal Fells, some made from swan bones, others from mammoth ivory, each a testament to a craft that thrived in the harshest conditions. Now, imagine the hands that shaped Ita Hunter, his face etched with the cold, sitting by a fire as the wind howls outside his cave. With a sharp flint tool, he hollows the bone, his breath visible in the dim light, piercing it with holes to summon music from the silence. This wasn't random work. It was art, a skill honed over generations, passed from father to son under the flicker of a mammoth fat lamp. The sound it produced, sharp, eerie, yet strangely beautiful, echoed through the cave, a beacon in a world of ice and shadow. Imagine the first note piercing the air, startling a group gathered around the fire. Their eyes widen, their breaths catch good. This be the voice of the spirits, a gift from the animals they revered. The bone flute wasn't just an instrument, it was a lifeline, a way to connect with the unseen, a bridge between the living and the eternal. Pause now. Let the chill of that cave wash over you. Can you feel the weight of that first melody, trembling in the frozen air? Can you see the craftsman's steady hand, the fire's glow reflecting in his determined eyes? Let that image sink deep. Let it carry you back to those ancient nights where every sound was a triumph. If this ancient melody has captured your imagination and warmed your soul, now's the perfect moment to like, share, and subscribe to Murmurs of History. Your support fuels these journeys. With new dailies dropping every week at 5:30 p.m. PKT. Tell your friends about this frozen symphony, and let's keep the echoes alive together. Now, let's dive deeper into the heart of this story. That bone flute wasn't just a curious artifact, it was the heartbeat of Ice Age culture. A sound that pulsed through the lives of those early humans, in camps scattered across Europe, from the frost-covered plains of France to the rugged hills of Germany. Anthropologists believe they summoned spirits, their notes rising like smoke to appease the forces of nature, perhaps to bless a hunt, to mark the changing seasons, or to call distant tribes together for survival. Picture a circle of hunters, their furs dusted with snow, swaying to a flute's tune as the fire crackles and spits. The music might have mimicked the calls of prey like reindeer or mammoths, guiding the hunter's spears with its rhythm. Or perhaps it was a celebration, a rare moment of joy in a harsh existence, a dance under the stars. The flute weaving a thread of unity. One daring theory suggests these flutes communicated across valleys, their echoes carrying warnings of danger or invitations to trade, a prehistoric Morse code of survival. Imagine a lone player, standing on a windswept cliff, his breath visible as he plays his sound, reaching another camp miles away, a fragile lifeline in the vast white wilderness. The flute wasn't just heard, it was felt, a cultural pulse that kept their spirits alive. Take a deep breath. Can you hear those echoes bouncing off the ice, weaving a web of connection across the frozen land? Can you see the dancers' shadows stretching into the night, the flute's song binding them together? In the shadowed depths of those caves, the bone flute took on a sacred mantle, becoming more than a tool, it was a conduit to the spiritual realm. The Ice Age was a time of relentless uncertainty. Food was a fleeting hope. Winters stretched into eternity, and the unknown loomed like a predator in the dark. These early humans, our ancestors, turned to the flute for solace, believing its notes could bridge the gap between the living and the unseen. Archaeologists found flutes near burial sites, their delicate forms laid beside the dead, suggesting they were offerings to guide souls to the afterlife. Picture a shaman, his face painted with ochre streaks, his eyes reflecting the fire's dance, holding a flute carved from a swan's bone. He stands before a wall of painted bison and horses, their forms leaping across the stone, the firelight flickering as he plays. The notes rise, a mournful wail that seems to call the spirits forth, perhaps to bless a hunt, to appease a restless ancestor, or to ask for warmth in the endless cold. The cave paintings themselves might have been born from these sounds, each stroke a response to the flute song, a visual echo of the music that filled the air. Imagine the echo reverberating, filling the cavern with a presence felt but unseen, a bison's spirit stepping from the wall, a hunter's ghost nodding in approval. The flute wasn't just heard, it was believed, a sacred thread woven into the fabric of their existence. In some camps, the flute marked the transition of a child into adulthood, its notes a rite of passage, a sound to carry them into their new role. Picture a young hunter, his hands trembling as he receives the flute from the shaman, the tribe chanting softly as the melody begins. The sound weaves through the cave, a prayer for strength, a promise of legacy. Take a moment. Let the weight of that spiritual dance settle in your chest. Can you feel the pulse of those ancient prayers vibrating through the stone? Can you see the shaman's eyes, burning with faith, the fire casting shadows that seem to move with the music? Let that sacred stillness wrap around you. Let it draw you deeper into their world. From those German caves, the bone flute's song spread like a wildfire across the frozen expanse of the Ice Age world. Nomadic tribes, driven by the rhythm of survival, carried it as they roamed, its design evolving with each new land they claimed. In the dense forests of France, flutes emerged from reindeer bones, their tones deeper, resonating with the thick pines and hidden streams. In the Czech Republic, craftsmen turned to mammoth ivory, carving flutes with a richer, fuller sound, a testament to the skill of those who hunted these colossal beasts. Picture a tribe on the move, their furs heavy with snow, their sleds creaking under the weight of their lives. A young player tests his new flute, its notes cutting through the wind, a signal to others that they're near. These flutes weren't static relics, they adapted, reflecting the lives of those who played them. Some had 5 holes, others 7, or even 9, each variation a signature of its maker, a personal mark on the ice. Imagine the pride in that craftsman's eyes, his hands stained with ivory dust, knowing his creation would outlast him. Its sound etched into the frozen landscape. The flute became a cultural thread, stitching together scattered communities in a world of isolation. In the Rain Valley, a flute player might stand atop a ridge, his melody drifting to a neighboring tribe, a call for alliance or a warning of a stalking wolf pack. In the Ural Mountains, a different tune might signal a successful hunt, the notes rising with the smoke of a victory fire. The flute's journey was a map of human resilience. Its music, a language without words. Pause here. Can you see that caravan stretching into the distance? The flute's echo guiding their steps through the snow? Can you feel the cold bite of the wind? The warmth of their shared song? Let that image fill your mind. Let it carry you across the vast, silent ice. As the Ice Age began to thaw around 10,000 BCE, the bone flute's reign faced a turning point. The world shifted, glaciers retreated, forests grew, and humanity settled into farming villages. New instruments like drums, made from animal hides, and horns, crafted from antlers, took over, their bolder sounds suited to the emerging cultures. The flute, once a voice of the wild, was buried under the weight of progress. Its delicate form overshadowed by the clang of metal tools and the rhythm of plowed fields. Yet, its legacy endured, waiting in the silence of the earth. It was until the 20th century that archaeologists, like those at Geisenklesterl, brought it back to light, piecing together its story with modern science. Picture a researcher, her hands trembling as she lifts a fragile bone flute from the frozen soil, its surface etched with the passage of time. She plays it, and the cave echoes with a sound unchanged by millennia, linked to those who came before. Modern musicians have taken up the challenge, recreating these flutes with precision, their notes matching ancient scales discovered in the bones. In concert halls, you might hear a replica flute, its melody weaving through a symphony, a bridge from prehistory to today. Imagine that moment, a packed audience, their breath held as the first note rises. A sound that once warmed a cave, now filling a modern room. That sound, so raw and pure, reminds us of our shared humanity, a thread from the Ice Age to this very night. The flute's decline wasn't an end, it was a transformation, a whisper that grew into a shout across time. Take a deep breath. Let that connection wash over you. Can you feel the pulse of that ancient rhythm, beating in your own heart? Can you see the archaeologist's smile, the musician's bow, the cave's shadow merging with the stage light? Let that legacy settle. Let it resonate within you. Tonight, we've chased the echoes of the bone flute, from its birth in a frozen cave to its whispers in our modern world. We've danced with shamans in flickering firelight, trekked with nomads across icy plains, and felt the spirits of a lost age stir within us. We've heard the flutes of Germany, France, and the Czech Republic, each note a thread in the tapestry of human history. But the past holds countless more mysteries. Next time, we might unravel the whispering stones of the oracle's dice, or dive into the hidden breath of the incense burner, or trace the murmurs of the sea silk veil. The choices are endless, and I hope you'll join me on every step. Before you drift into dreams, please like this video if it moved you, share it with a fellow history lover, or a friend seeking a good story, and subscribe to Murmurs of History for weekly dailies at 5:30 p.m. PK to your support keeps these murmurs alive. The wind sighs through the cave, the stars watch over the ice, and the flute's song lingers, a melody that time can't silence, echoing from 2:18 a.m. on this June 1st, 2025, into the depths of your imagination. Good night, thank you for listening, and may your dreams be filled with the whispers of history.